ElectraCast.
Netflix has a new, monstrous story to tell. In 1950s Wisconsin, Ed Gein lived quietly on a decaying farm, hiding a house of horrors so gruesome it would redefine the American nightmare. Driven by isolation, psychosis, and an all-consuming obsession with his mother, he committed crimes that would haunt Hollywood for decades. The third and most harrowing installment of Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan's anthology series. Watch Monster, the Ed Gein story, October 3rd, only on Netflix.
Welcome to the Congressional Record Daily Digest, where we bring you all the previous day's U.S. legislative proceedings in 4 minutes or less. In today's episode, we bring you the Congressional Record for September 26th, 2025.
Today, the Senate did not convene, with no bills or resolutions introduced and no committee meetings held. The chamber is scheduled to return on Monday, September 29th at 3 p.m. In contrast, the House met briefly and introduced a significant number of new measures, 53 public bills and 10 resolutions, spanning a wide array of policy areas. Among the most notable introductions was H.R. 5563, which creates an apprenticeship program for commercial drivers under the age of 21, aiming to expand workforce opportunities in the trucking industry. In the healthcare realm, 5571 proposes no-cost Medicare coverage for PFAS testing, addressing contamination concerns that impact seniors and vulnerable communities. For service members and veterans, multiple bills took shape, including H.R. 5567, which expands affordable housing access for military families, and H.R. 5611, designed to ensure continuity of mental health care as individuals transition from the Department of Defense to the VA. Additionally, H.R. 5593 would enhance veterans' health care by requiring the VA to provide eyeglass fittings as part of its medical services. The House also turned its attention to infrastructure and housing. H.R. 5591 authorizes a pilot program to convert blighted buildings into housing, while H.R. 5601 seeks to override state and local laws that block the construction of affordable housing on land owned by religious organizations. These measures could reshape housing access in underserved areas. Law enforcement and public safety were also a priority. H.R. 5573 establishes grant programs to combat fentanyl poisoning, while H.R. 5590 increases penalties for threats directed at schools, enhancing student safety. On the foreign policy front, H.R. 566 codifies sanctions on Palestinian officials, signaling ongoing shifts in U.S. diplomatic strategy. Beyond legislation, several resolutions carried symbolic weight. H.Con. Res. 52 designates National Falls Prevention Awareness Week, highlighting senior health and safety, while H.Con. Res. 53 recognizes World Contraception Day, affirming support for global access to contraception. Other resolutions honored military service, condemned violence against federal facilities, and celebrated cultural contributions from institutions such as the Schomburg Center. The House also filed 6 committee reports covering issues from veterans education and service dogs for veterans to homeland security threats and border canine programs, signaling continued oversight and development of pending legislation. In summary, while the Senate remained adjourned, the House advanced a wide-ranging agenda touching on workforce development, healthcare, housing, veterans services, law enforcement, and foreign policy. Legislation with potential impacts on military families, seniors, farmers, low-income communities, and public safety nationwide. Those were the key activities of September 26, 2025 in the U.S. Congress.
Subscribe to receive daily or rate or review so others can find us as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Congressional Record Daily Digest. This has been an ElectraCast media production. Executive producers are Mark Netter and Peter Rafelson. Produced and edited by Hannah Riggs.
Hi, it's me, Flo. Remember me from Ghost Hampton, the podcast? I was secretly in love with Lyle Hall. Well, now I'm dead and loving it. But let's talk about you. If you loved listening to Ghost Hampton, you can now spend the summer in the Hamptons. The original episodes are back, and now new episodes will be dropping every Friday. I may drop in too, just to make Lyle feel guilty. Ghost Hampton, the podcast, is now streaming everywhere.
You deserve better health care.
and so do we all. Medicine in America is a podcast that shares real stories of patients and doctors reshaping the future, because the revolution in care isn't coming, it's already here. Real stories, real change, a better future for healthcare.
ElectraCast. ElectraCast.